Welcome back to my channel. I'm Joe with Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. On today's video, we're going to be making up some smoked carnitas on my Yoder Frontiersman, and we're going to use those carnitas to make some delicious tacos. Stay tuned. As you can see, look at this bark. It's crazy. Oh man, this is perfect. It helps to start with a nice sharp knife, okay? Oh my goodness. Look at that. All right, so I've got two pork shoulders here. Now these are bone-in pork shoulders, so we're going to pull the bone out of it before we get started. So the first thing I like to do is start on this blade side, this long blade here, and just run your knife in there right on top of that blade. Okay, just go all the way through and follow that blade all the way to this side where you have this bone right here. You can see it here. Okay, so the bone is here. Just cut straight across. It's okay if you lose a little bit of meat. Now carnitas, carne means meat, okay? And carnitas is just small pieces of meat, okay? So the next thing is I've got this blade right here and I can feel it all the way around. So we're just gonna start on the bottom of this blade and do the same thing. Okay? Just remove that bone, or the meat from the bone, and come on this side and dig in about 1/2 inch right around that blade. Okay? Now right here, the bone, let me move this here. So you can see the blade here, okay? The bone does curve right here, so you gotta lift it up a little bit and just separate that meat from that bone. Slowly but surely. Okay, just carve that bone out. Go on this side. Okay, and you'll start to feel that bone want to come out on you, okay? Come on the other side and just start trimming away as well. Now you can buy these with the bone out already, but the store that I went to didn't have any. So all they had was the bone in, but no big deal. We'll just take it out. Okay, you can see it here. And you will lose a little bit of meat again, but that's okay, it's expected. Okay. And there's a bone, okay? Very little meat on the bone, okay? So at this point, so I've got this big piece right here. Okay, I'm just gonna separate that. I've got this other piece, and I wanna make chunks out of this, okay? Maybe about, they don't all have to be uniform and perfect. We're just gonna make nice chunks like this, okay? Now I'm not trimming any of the fat. Just keep taking out some chunks. Now this is a big piece of fat, so I don't think I'm gonna use this, but I will take off some of this meat. And I will be smoking this as well. Okay, so if you get a piece like this that's thin, just roll it up and we'll smoke it together like that. Here's another little piece. And we'll be smoking this as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and chop up the rest of this in chunks. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. All right, so we've got our pork shoulder in nice big chunks right here in front of me. Now I'm gonna put the seasonings together. I got 1 tablespoon of oregano. I've got a 1/4 cup of salt and a 1/4 cup of black pepper. I've got 1 tablespoon of garlic and also 1 tablespoon of cumin or comino. You can see it there on the top. Then I got half a cup of smoked paprika. Okay. Just put that in a container. Give it a good mix. All right, so we've got our ingredients nice and mixed together. So the next step, I'm not gonna use a shaker. I'm just gonna pick up a piece of meat here and put it on there. Just like that, make sure you get all of it. This is gonna be so good. Just like that. So I'm gonna get the rest of these done. I'm gonna go outside and fire up my smoker, and we'll see you guys in a bit. Stay tuned. All right, so we're outside of my Yoder Frontiersman. I have a nice bed of coals there, just using one basket of charcoal. And then what I do to get my smoker warmed up, I drop 2 splits of wood. I am using post oak today. So just throw them in there like that. And I do have the lid open on my firebox. So I'm gonna let that smoke for about, maybe 5 minutes or so. Then I'm gonna close the hatch, let my smoker come up to 250 degrees. And I'll bring you guys back. Stay tuned. All right, so my smoker is up to 250 degrees. Let's go ahead and put the carnitas in. Now these are gonna go on the top shelf on the left side. Just pull that shelf out. And again, look at these beautiful chunks of meat here. So just start spreading them out on the top grate. If you can put the bigger pieces up front, it is a little bit warmer up here, but at 250 degrees, I'm gonna be safe to put this meat anywhere on this top shelf. Just like that. All right, so I've got the carnitas spread out all over the top shelf. I'm gonna close this up. We probably won't even look at this for 2 hours. So we'll see you guys then. Stay tuned. All right, so we're 2 hours into the cook. Let's take a look at the carnitas. Oh man, they already have a nice color. But you know what, the surface is still not set. The rub isn't set anyway. So I'm gonna let that go for another hour. We'll come back and check on them. Stay tuned. All right, so we're at the 3-hour mark now. And the carnitas have the color that I want. Look at that. These look absolutely delicious. So I've got a foil pan here, and I've got some onions. I've got about 9 bay leaves, and I've also got 8 cloves of garlic in there. Just gonna lay the carnitas on top of the onions like this. I'm gonna try to fit them all in this one. If they don't fit, I'll just go get another pan. But the color on these is fantastic. Okay. Now this isn't like a pork shoulder where you want to try to get that dark bark, but I got enough smoke on them now, enough flavor, that I can go ahead and put them in this onion bed, if you will. This is going to get them really nice and tender. A couple more. All right. All right, so I've got the carnitas in the foil pan. I've got some vegetable broth. Just gonna pour it over the carnitas. This is a whole quart, so I'm gonna put the entire quart in there, cover it with foil, then put it back inside my smoker for 2 hours. Stay tuned. All right, so the carnitas have been wrapped for 2 hours now. Let's take a look at them, see what they look like. Bring you guys in a little bit closer. Oh man, they look and smell fantastic. So here's the test, guys. Look at that. When it just comes apart like that, that is absolutely perfect. That's what we want. Now I'm gonna leave them in the smoker for about another 30 minutes. They're ready. But I want them to sit in here for at least another 30 minutes, because there's some bigger pieces in there, and I want to make sure that those shred just like that one piece that I took out. So we'll see you guys inside. Stay tuned. All right, so the carnitas are ready, and the total cook time was 5 hours, okay? 3 hours unwrapped at 250, and then 2 hours wrapped at 250 degrees, and they are ready. So I'm just gonna grab a couple of them. A couple of good chunks here. Now we probably don't need a knife, but look at that. That is absolutely perfect. Now, you don't want to shred this completely, okay? You want a little bit of chunks in there. I was going to take a knife to it, but quite honestly, you don't need to. I mean, it just comes right apart. So, now the flavor profile, it does have, again, the oregano and stuff, the paprika, the smoked paprika, the salt, the pepper, and the cumin. It's totally different than if you were to do a pork shoulder, okay? So it's not that flavor. It's a totally different flavor. It's got more Spanish or Mexican flavors, if you will. So, all right, so I'm gonna shred up a little bit more of this, come back and make some tacos. Stay tuned. All right, let's assemble one of these carnitas tacos. Got me a corn tortilla. And again, go to your Mexican markets to buy the tortillas. Don't buy the ones that are wrapped in plastic from the store. Get the ones that are wrapped in paper. So just grab enough of the carnitas. Look at that, man, this looks amazing. Okay, I made some homemade pico de gallo. It's got 4 jalapenos, 1 tomato, and a quarter of an onion, and also 1 lime squeezed in. That's gonna have some amazing flavor. Also made up some homemade guacamole. It just has 3 avocados. I pressed some garlic, about 3 garlic cloves, and half a lime as well. Look at that. Okay, and to top it off, little cotija cheese. Man, this is gonna be good. Let's give it a taste. All right, let's give these carnita tacos a try. Now I did put some cilantro on the top of them like that. Just squeeze a little bit of lime on top of them. Just like that. Man, this is gonna be good. And I left the seeds and the jalapenos, so this is gonna be a little spicy, okay? Hopefully. I filled it up with some of that carnitas. I mean, this is a big taco. Here we go, cheers. Man, this is fantastic. Wow. There's a lot of flavors going on in these tacos. The nice smoky warm meat, the fresh pico de gallo, the cotija cheese, the guacamole, the limes. Wash it down with an ice cold beer. Oh, these tacos are delicious. In under 5 hours, I highly recommend that you guys try it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, Joe with Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. See ya.